We do have a real-life UFO and alien amongst us. He chooses to play baseball, and his name is Shohei Otani. Just what he's doing. $700 million contract, all the off-season noise that he's dealt with. New uniform, superstar-laden lineup with microscope on him every night, and he still goes out and dominates the game. I said, you're witnessing history. I want you to totally understand what's happening here, because no one else can do this.
これらは WBC アメリカ代表監督を務め、MLB 解説者として鋭い分析で知られるマーク・デローサ氏のコメントです。デローサ氏の大谷評が面白いのは、ただすごい、史上最高だと感情的に称賛するだけではないところです。投手としては、どの球種を減らし、どの球種を増やしたのか、打者としては、フォームのどこを削ぎ落とし、どこに力を貯めているのか、その変化を映像とデータの両方から具体的に解き明かしているのです。ということで今回の動画では、大谷選手がなぜここまで進化できるのかをデローサ氏の言葉を通して見ていきます。興味深いのは、年を追うごとにデローサ氏の分析対象が広がっていることです。最初は、打てない投手、大谷への驚き。次に、異次元の結果を同じ日に出す大谷への衝撃。さらに、究極にシンプルな打撃への注目。そして最後には、投打の全てを兼ね備えた完成形として語られていく。その変化をぜひ感じながらご覧いただければと思います。それではまず、デローサ氏が投手、大谷選手の進化をどう見ていたのか。大谷選手のエンゼルス時代に放送された番組をご覧ください。
Dero, what do you look for when Shohei Otani is
Have you
is
made
on
up
the
with
mound?
him?
Yeah. What do you what things do you look for when he's
I'm
on
not
the
a
hill?
huge fan of him. Honestly, I mean this. Eric Nays does an amazing job. He's the researcher for this show 99% of the time. And Al Leiter was going to come on the show today and do a Shohei Otani tape. Who knows where Al is? Could be anywhere right now. Scaling Everest, we don't know. So I started to read over these Otani notes, and they're ridiculous. And I truly mean that. I'm not even going to focus on his hitting today. So I want everyone who's watching this to think back to Little League Baseball or whatever baseball, organized baseball you played as a kid. At 12 years old, there was a kid that was shaving before you, that threw 1 billion miles an hour and hit every ball. We can all name that
What
kid
was his name?
in our town.
Who was it?
For me, it was Brian Kirchgessner. How you doing?
Mine was there was a kid named Bam Bam.
Yeah, Bam Bam, right?
That's his nickname.
So think
I got a hit off of him though.
Roflo, think about that. And then think about doing that against the greatest ball players in the world on a nightly basis.
Are you saying Shohei is better than Bam Bam? Because I will
Yes.
fight you.
We are taking him for granted. And I know people like the evolution of man, I got it, Babe Ruth and all these players. And I'm not saying he's got to do it for a little bit longer. But what we're witnessing, please, it doesn't make sense. He is an ace that hit 45 homers. It's crazy what he's doing, and I want to dive into it and give him love, and I want to focus on the pitching because he's gone from arguably like a top 10 pitcher in the game to you can make the argument he's been the best pitcher in the game recently, and the numbers support it. S-Rod, first board. Pause that. Last 10 starts, look at it. MLB ranks, you're going to sit down today, Bloody Mary, brunch, 11 a.m., and watch Shohei Otani try and pick apart the Red Sox. Last 10 starts, ERA, home runs allowed, nothing. Strikeouts, 10th. Opponent average, nothing. Opponent OPS, 101 pitchers with 8 or more complete game. Every other starting pitcher's allowed 2 home runs. Give me the next board. So that's his 10 starts. This is since the start of 2022. So this is where he stands. And oh, by the way, he hits 40 homers for you and runs like a deer. So it's pretty crazy. You look at it, ERA, he's third, strikeout percentage on down the line. So put him wherever you want, but he's certainly in the top 5 in the game right now. Another thing, side angle slow-mo is wind up for me. He is a monster when you get close to him. Pause this real quick. You hear a lot of guys on this network talk about perceived velocity. His average mile per hour on his fastball is 97 miles per hour. That's top of the food chain for a lot of guys. But his extension makes his heater play hotter at 98 miles an hour. Run this. So not only does he have the stuff, but then he's got the athleticism to get out there and even create more. But I want to flash back, okay? Because when he broke in 2018, all the way through 2021, he was heater, slider, split. This was his out pitch. Okay? Nasty. You knew it was coming with 2 strikes. Bring up the splitter usage. Pause this and bring up the board of splitter usage. So what happens, right? Tommy John. So this guy's got to try and stay healthy. He's trying to pull off something no one's ever done in a sport, offensively and on the mound. So how do I stay healthy? I was always amazed at guys that threw the split finger. Anybody who's drove a ball into both these fingers right here, instantly my elbow starts barking. So I don't understand how guys are able to do that on a consistent basis. And he started to ditch that pitch, okay? In 2018, he was using it 22.4%. In 2023, 7.8%. Take some stress off my arm. Oops. Let me incorporate this nasty sweeper for the last 2 years that no one can hit. Let's get back into the tape. So let's try and stay healthy. And you've seen this. This pitch is unbelievable. Jesus Aguilar right there. It's not going down. It's almost going sideways across the entire plate. Ramon Laureano, different shapes to it. And it was on complete display when the baseball world won on March 21st. This was a little bit, pause this real quick. I know Mike Trout's one of the best players of all time, but on March 21st to have to deal with this stuff is borderline unfair. August 21st, let's get after it, but run this. This is crazy. Run that back.
Oh my God.
It's 88-mile-an-hour wiffle ball to get you loose. What? Okay, spit on it. He was taken no matter what. And then here we go. That's 100, middle. That's run that back. What is that? What is that? Is that a cutter?
What is it?
It's a cutter at 100 miles an hour. Keep going. 100. You got to remember, March 21st, no one's locked in on a $102. And then the sweeper, 87. It is crazy what he's been able to do. Pause this real quick, because I want to read some of these numbers. It is the sweeping slider for him is the second most runs prevented by a single pitch since the start of 2022. Dylan Cease's slider is the only one that prevents more runs. Bring up his pitch usage comparisons. Okay, this is a lot to process. Simplify it. 2021, these are his percentages. 44% of the time he was throwing you a 4-seam heater. 22% of the time he was throwing you that sweeping slider, and let's throw in the splitter at 18%. You can't cover everything. So he was about a 3 or 4 pitch guy. All right, I'm on heater slider probably. Not gonna hit his split. I'm gonna lay off it. Hopefully don't swing and miss with 2 strikes. Tell me now what the heck you're supposed to do. So he throws 98 miles an hour. He's 6'5", and he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weapons to get you out with. Brian McCann always talks about, if I have a pitcher on the mound and I can go to any quadrant of the strike zone, the hitter's usually got no chance. I don't know what you cover with explosive stuff from Shohei Otani, and oh, by the way, offensively, I am one of the best in the game. So it's pretty crazy. Run the J-Rod at bat real quick. It's just too much. 93, kind of slider, cutter away, shape it off it, back. That completely backed up on him. It's the wipeout sharpness of these breaking balls. He thinks he's on them, but they're all different moves. That's a cutter at 98. Whew. Run that back for me real quick. I just want it real slow. As soon as it comes out of his hand, pause it. Okay, let it go a little bit. Click, click, click. Right there, pause. So Julio Rodriguez, that's a hanger to him in his mind. He sees it out and it's spinning. He's got the red dot. All right, if it's high, let it fly. Run this. He's going. What? It's a ball away almost. So please, people, don't take it for granted. It's kind of the stuff of legend right now, what he's doing.
If you had to face him at Fenway today, step to the plate, what do you do? What's your approach?
I'm punching out 4 times.
What are you trying to do?
Toki?
Then a Bloody Mary after.
That's right.
On a Monday. You do you.
いかがでしたか？ここで印象的なのは、デローサ氏が大谷選手を単なる剛速球を投げる投手として見ていないことです。むしろ彼が注目していたのは、二刀流を続けるために球種の比率まで変えながら、なおかつ打者をより攻略不能にしているという点でした。かつてはまっすぐとスプリットが象徴的な武器だった大谷選手。しかし、そこからスイーパーやカッターを織り交ぜ、打者の狙いそのものを外していく。それは単なる才能ではなく、自分の体を守りながら、さらに強くなるための進化だったのです。そして、そんな進化がどれほど異常な結果を生むのか、それを最も分かりやすく証明したのが、次にご覧いただく歴史的な一日でした。完封した直後に、今度は打者として球場を支配してしまう。デローサ氏がエイリアンとまで言った理由を、ぜひその目で確かめてください。
Is there anything left to say? I mean, you said you're watching quarterback. You talk about
yeah.
You talk about your greats, right? And we always say this about Tom Brady. You almost give your soul to. You have to.
I think 99% of the greats really do. They give their soul to it. Tom Brady's given his soul to it. If you watch that quarterback thing on Netflix, Kirk Cousins is completely given his soul to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Is Shohei Otani?
I don't think he has to.
Or does it just come easy?
Lauren, I go back, about 7-8 years ago, in sweatpants at 4 a.m. with Paul Severino calling Japan games.
Yeah.
And saw him at 16 years old. I called John Daniels of the Texas Rangers. I said, "You ever heard of Shohei Otani?" He's like, "Yeah, only since he was 9 years old." Honestly, it jumped off the page amongst the greatest players.
Yeah.
What has been coming across your social media feeds in the last 2-3 days?
A lot of incorrect information. A lot of stupid takes.
Have you heard
a lot of
word,
idiots?
Have you heard the word whistleblower?
Yes.
Is whistleblower a scam? I mean,
how do you want me to answer that?
I don't know. I mean,
you want me to get in trouble?
Well, there's some whistleblowers that went in front of Congress that are claiming that UFOs are real.
They are.
Right.
And non-human biologists.
They're here.
They're here. I'm well aware they're here. I fly out of Newark Airport every Friday at 2 o'clock. TSAs, they're aliens, all of them. They zip out of human flesh at night and go to sleep. That's like, what they do.
Like this.
And you've claimed to have seen an alien?
I was driving in Ohio at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
No,
listen.
Stop. Keep going. This is the good stuff.
And overhead, there was a blue light. I'm not kidding. Over my car for about 45 seconds. It was 4 a.m. Nobody. And then I get off on an exit and it goes zoom into the night. Tell me what that was.
UFO.
What was it?
The lady screamed on the plane that there was a shapeshifter sitting next to her the other day, that he blinked his eyes sideways. What are we doing, people? It leads me to the tape. We do have a real-life UFO and alien amongst us. He chooses to play baseball, and his name is Shohei Otani. Get used to it, and he landed his UFO on the pitcher's mound for Game 1. Okay? And he was awesome. Pause this real quick. Take this in, because I talk about him doing it in different ways. He's got 18 pitches. Well, he's really got 6. And he uses all of them. Wow. And no one can hit really any of them except the cutter and the occasional two-seam fastball. So there he is. The sweeper usage was on tap a lot. So bring up the board of how he attacked the Detroit Tigers yesterday, because it was 4-seam fastballs down your throat. Look at the difference.
Wow.
First 19 games started, 31% 4-seam four-seam heater. Thursday, almost 56%. So he changed his MO. He went away from the cutter. He was using that high heater. Let's get into the tape. It started in the first with Riley Green. I want to dive in. Get me off the two box so I can really lock in right here. Okay, we're going top of the zone. We're going split inside, and now we're going to elevate heaters. So 1-2, you got to think off speeds coming in the first. Nope. 97 four-seam, top of the zone. Riley Green goes away. Kerry Carpenter gets in the box in the fourth. By the way, sneaky big power out of this guy. We're going 98 middle cut. Then we're going backdoor breaking ball, get you 0-2. Are we going to miss? The most devastating curveball with the depth on it at 82 miles an hour. And now we're closing it out. Phil Nevin's all in. Okay? We are pushing our chips all the way in. You're not coming out 97 pitches. You're going to the well, Shohei Otani, and he's going to eventually get Zach McKinstry on a four-seam cheeser, middle, and basically pulls a little Lance Lynn out of his pocket. Look at Nev, please, God.
Don't
get me
hurt.
through this game.
Don't get.
We got a weeds to Chad Wallach right there. Now we're going four-seam heater, middle, and then he kind of stomps on him a little bit right there. So then he gets in his UFO. He said, with Ife, translator, he says, all right, I got to get in a hyperbaric. I'll be back in an hour to hit 2 home runs. And not just any 2 home runs. This is Oppo at Comerica. Day game over the big wall. They had that was the original wall until Juan Gonzalez said, you need to move this sucker in 10 feet.
まさに異次元という言葉しかありませんでしたね。1安打完封勝利を挙げたそのわずか後に打者として2打席連続ホームラン。普通ならどちらか片方だけでも歴史的です。それを同じ日にやってしまうからこそ、デローサ氏は大谷選手を理屈で説明できない存在として語るのでしょう。ただここで面白いのはデローサ氏が決して勢いだけで語っていないことです。あれほどの結果の裏に必ず技術的な根拠があると見ているのです。では打者大谷選手は何を変えどう進化したのか。次の動画ではその秘密がシンプルさという言葉で語られていきますので続けてご覧ください。
Most career home runs in Major League Baseball by Japanese players. He now clears Hideki Matsui with that home run yesterday, giving him 176.
And Matsui was interviewed. He said, look, my numbers aren't comparable to Shohei, but Shohei said how much he's admired him.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a beautiful kind of pass. What are you shaking your head at?
Is Shohei Otani a Hall of Famer right now? I always like this question. Is he a Hall of Famer right now?
It's not for me to say. It's not for me to say. He's doing Hall of Fame type things. I'd like to see a little bit more longevity. I'm a small hall guy if you want to have this real conversation. So I would say he's the most athletic.
He's on the highway.
He's the most gifted baseball player we've ever seen. I'm sorry. He is. Okay? And what's crazy to me is he's going to potentially come back and get on the bump. And I don't know what he's going to give you on the bump coming back from 2 Tommy Johns, but it's a situation where when you dive into his offensive numbers, if he gives you number 3 type rotation stuff, like a 4 ERA with this offensive profile, it's still worth every bit of $700 million. And what he's been you talk about eliminating noise, what he's had to deal with in the offseason and then leading in, and where he's at now offensively, let's get into it. It's crazy. $700 million, all eyes on him from the time he was 15 years old, and he doesn't disappoint. It took him about a week to get comfortable in this Dodgers uniform, and he's put the whole game on notice again. All right? From an offensive profile, look at this. You flash back to Hideki Matsui, right? Hideki Matsui was a darn good player for the Yankees when he came over. Hitting tanks all over. 2009, he was the World Series MVP, doing things the right way. And then you get, first off, give me the board comparing him to Matsui before we get into these homers. Look at the games played. Matsui, 500 more games played. The batting average, basically the same. Otani overtakes him in home runs. The on base is similar. Slug, obviously Otani. And then you look at the OPS plus, 50, 100's your average big leaguer. He's 50% better than your average big leaguer. pop for days, the ability to work the ball line to line. He's simplified his swing since he's come over. He's rehabbing an arm injury, and he's still dominating the sport. And he's hitting in a lineup with two of the game's elite superstars. And Mookie Betts is having the best start of his career, and Freddie Freeman gets 2 hits every night. And we still can't take our eyes off this monster. So let's go through his homers. Left on left. There's his first one, 3-1 against Mr. Rogers, just out and around and kills it. Kyle Hendricks, he walks the dog on a changeup in Wrigley, stays through it, hands stay back. Cement mixer, middle of the plate, doesn't cheat to it, hits a rainmaker to dead left field in Minnesota. And then Michael King went back to the well on a 1-0 sinker, and he drives it the other way. And then we'll get into yesterday's home run. Adrian Hauser just spins something in the middle. As soon as this comes out, I want you to run that back for me real quick. I want you to watch Thomas Nito's reaction as soon as this ball's hit, the catcher. Watch this. Ready? Golly. Head goes down like, can I have another pelota, please? Because this one's going 520 feet on an 0-1 count. So watch it. Watch the swing. Watch this man's reaction. Ready? Golly. So pause this real quick. Bring me up the OPS leaders. Let this sink in. No one's close. I mean, when Eric Nay's Researcher to the Stars brought this to me, wouldn't you think that Acuna, who won the MVP, Jordan, Seager, Mookie, wouldn't you think they're close?
Yeah.
They're really not close to what he's doing from a power potential. Now let's get in, because I don't think people also understand he's got 11 doubles. So he's shooting balls all over the line. He's got minimal movement. He's got power for days. And now all of a sudden, he's going to try and win a batting title as well. So pause this. What I love about this, and we noticed this watching video, against right-handers, a little bit more closed off, right? Set up, staying through the baseball. Maybe to get a better visual, every time a lefty gets on the mound, he kind of opens up this front foot to kind of clear his hips, give him a little bit more of a visual looking at the hitter. So run this.
You said he simplified. How?
We're going to get into a side angle here in a second, Lauren.
Give him time.
But Lauren, do you know who's leading the league in batting average? Pause it. Bring up the batting average leaders.
What? Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
I did not. Stephen Kwan.
So he's popped for days. The OPS is through the roof. Oh, and he's decided to overtake Stephen Kwan with a 368 batting average. And when he first came over, there was a couple moving parts, a leg kick. He was searching for things. Watch how simple this move is for him. Obviously a mountain of a man. Get back into this side angle. He sets the front foot down, and his swing's done. Run that back for me real quick. All the way, right there. Now get that front foot down. I want you to get that front foot down at contact. Stop it. Do you see what he does with his hips? That is not something everyone does. When he sets this down, it's almost like he rocks into his hips. David Wright used to do that very well. Use his hips to create this kind of coil, and then he just releases that back hip at the baseball. Run it. It's a simple move. The best DH I ever saw, pause it, in my life was Big Papi, right? Most clutch hitter this game's ever seen, in my opinion. You can't cookie cut great hitting. And why this guy has a chance to potentially win a batting title, minimal movement in his swing, not a lot of moving parts, and still is able to generate power. David Ortiz did it a completely different way. Run this, please. I'm gonna tell you to pause. Pause. Look at Big Papi.
Holy.
Talk about moving parts, and they both sync up perfectly and work. So there's not one way to go about it. Just what he's doing. $700 million contract, all the off-season noise that he's dealt with, new uniform, superstar-laden lineup with microscope on him every night, and he still goes out and dominates the game. So, 368 batting average, OPS for days, and he's going to come back and pitch next year.
ここでもデローサ氏らしさがよく出ていましたね。大谷選手の打撃といえば、どうしてもパワーや飛距離に目が行きがちです。しかし、デローサ氏が強調していたのは、むしろその逆でした。巨大な体と桁外れのパワーを持ちながら、スイングそのものは驚くほどシンプル。余計な動きを削り、足をついた瞬間にはすでに準備が完了している。だからこそ、打率も長打力も両方を高いレベルで成立させられるのです。投手としては球種を増やして進化する。打者としては動きを削ぎ落として進化する。この足し算と引き算の両方を同時にやっているところに、大谷選手の本当の恐ろしさがあるのかもしれません。では最後に、そんな進化の積み重ねがどこまで到達したのか。昨年のポストシーズンで大谷選手が10奪三振&3本塁打という歴史を作った日に、デローサ氏が投打の両面から改めてその規格外ぶりを語った映像をご覧ください。
You can't document the greatness in a graphic. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean? But this is to sum it up. I think.
What were his teammates saying, like you were in that dugout or close to their dugout? What were they doing as it's unfolding?
You're looking at super duper stars, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Their mouths are agape.
Yeah.
They're both first ballot Hall of Famers.
Think about that.
And they're saying to themselves,
When he hit that one on top of the pavilion, I let out an audible bad word as I was watching.
And he was in a slump. He was losing the plate.
Yep.
We had talked about the struggles, and he went out to batting practice for the first time at Dodger Stadium in a long time, maybe second time all year. And then that's what happens? It doesn't even make sense.
No. It's like
one of those stop what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
You'll remember where you were forever.
And we've been saying he's like the best kid in your town, where he's the best player on the Little League field, in the rec basketball court, on the football field, the lacrosse. It's whatever. It's unbelievable.
When I first started working here in 2014, you know how, Robert, you always say, like, you got to go back to Gen Pop?
Yeah.
Well, I was original Gen Pop.
Okay.
14. So I remember with myself and Paul Severino, I tell a story all the time. We had to come in at 3 a.m. It was like a barnstorming tour of MLB players playing over in Japan.
That's real Gen Pop.
It was the first time I truly laid eyes on Shohei Otani. And I've told this story. It was like, I was texting GMs the next morning, like, have you ever heard of this guy? Who is he? How old is he? And they were like, we've been on him since he was 6. So I'm obviously not, I don't want to say I'm not surprised. This is a joke, what we're witnessing. But sitting there, after the second one, I texted Lauren and I was like,
You're witnessing history.
Yeah, I said, you're witnessing history. I want you to totally understand what's happening here, because no one else can do this. I made my son come and watch. I was like, everyone sit down and just enjoy. Because the great players in the big leagues, this is what they were like in Little League.
Right, right.
But I don't think even the great players were doing this in Little League.
いかがでしたか？デローサ氏の言葉を通して見えてくるのは、大谷選手が最初から完成された存在だったわけではないということです。投手としては球種配分を変え、身体への負担まで考えながら、なお攻略不能な存在へ進化していった。打者としてはフォームを削ぎ落とし、シンプルさを極限まで高めることで、さらに支配力を増していった。そして大舞台ではその両方を一気に爆発させてしまう。デローサ氏がここまで熱を込めて語るのも当然なのかもしれません。大谷選手の凄さは一言では言い表せません。速い球を投げるからすごい、遠くへ飛ばすからすごい、それだけではないのです。毎年毎月、時には数週間単位や非単位で自分自身をアップデートし続けていること、そこにこそこの選手が特別であり続ける理由があるのでしょう。今後も大谷選手がどんな進化を見せてくれるのか楽しみでなりませんね。この動画をご覧いただきありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価もぜひよろしくお願いします。それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。